The world watched in astonishment this week, a simple phone call, but the implications are anything but simple. This call has the potential to alter the course of history. Donald Trump, back in the spotlight, spoke with Vladimir Putin for 90 minutes. 90 minutes of intense discussion, 90 minutes that could reshape the geopolitical landscape. The world is now on edge, waiting to see the fallout. This wasn't just a conversation, it was a declaration. A bold statement that the dynamics of power are shifting, a signal that the old rules no longer apply. The established order is being challenged. The relationship between the United States and Russia has long been defined by tension, by mistrust, by a history of conflict, by outright hostility at times, decades of rivalry and suspicion. But this call suggests a dramatic realignment, a potential thawing of relations. Trump and Putin, once adversaries on the world stage, now appear to be finding common ground, a new chapter in their relationship. The question is, at what cost? What will be the price of this newfound camaraderie? This unexpected partnership has sent shockwaves across the globe. Alliances are being tested, loyalties are being questioned, the global community is in a state of flux. The world is holding its breath, wondering what this new era will bring. Uncertainty looms large. One thing is certain, the future of global politics hinges on the delicate dance between these two powerful leaders. Their actions will shape the world for years to come. The Trump-Putin call wasn't an isolated incident. It was followed by a highly secretive meeting in Riyadh. American and Russian diplomats gathered, but there were some notable absences. Ukraine, the very nation at the heart of the current conflict, was not invited. Neither were key European allies. This exclusion speaks volumes. It suggests that the United States and Russia are prepared to negotiate a settlement on their own terms, without consulting those most directly affected. Details of the meeting remain scarce. A shroud of secrecy hangs over the proceedings. Rumors abound, however. Sources suggest that Trump is considering major concessions to Russia, concessions that could include territorial changes to Ukraine's borders. Such a move would be seen as a betrayal by many in Ukraine and beyond. The ramifications of this burgeoning Trump-Putin alliance extend far beyond Ukraine. It has the potential to reshape global alliances and power structures in ways that are difficult to predict. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are watching with a mixture of apprehension and uncertainty. The cracks in their unity are becoming more apparent as global tensions rise. This alliance, once envisioned as a counterweight to Western dominance, now faces an existential threat. The original vision of BRICS as a unified front against Western economic and political influence is being tested like never before. At the heart of the matter is the potential for internal division. The differing national interests and geopolitical strategies of the BRICS countries are creating friction. China and India in particular have complex relationships with the United States. Their economic and strategic interests often clash, making it difficult to present a united front. They view the renewed US-Russia partnership with suspicion, fearing a return to a bipolar world order where they are forced to choose sides. This fear is not unfounded given the historical context of Cold War-era alliances. The economic implications are equally significant. The uncertainty surrounding the future of BRICS is causing volatility in global markets. Trump, known for his unpredictable economic policies, has not hesitated to use tariffs as a weapon. His aggressive stance on trade has already disrupted global supply chains. His recent threat to impose 100% tariffs on BRICS countries who seek alternatives to the US dollar has sent shockwaves through the global economy. Businesses and governments alike are scrambling to adapt to this new reality. Trump's threat of tariffs is more than just an economic maneuver, it's a clear message. Any attempt to undermine the dominance of the US dollar will be met with swift and decisive action. This puts the BRICS nations in a precarious position. On the one hand, they recognize the need to reduce their reliance on the US dollar. The weaponization of the dollar has left them vulnerable to American pressure. On the other hand, they are acutely aware of the economic consequences of defying the United States. This economic tightrope walk is further complicated by the internal divisions within BRICS. China and India, with their burgeoning economies, may be better positioned to weather the storm of US sanctions. But smaller economies like Brazil and South Africa could face dire consequences. Section 5. A Bear in the Woods, Russia's Tightrope Walk. Russia too finds itself walking a tightrope. While the renewed alliance with the United States offers certain advantages, it also carries significant risks. Putin must balance his desire for closer ties with the West against the potential alienation of his BRICS partners. The Kremlin has long sought to position itself as a leader of the developing world, a champion of multipolarity. However, the recent rapprochement with the United States threatens to undermine this narrative. The question now is whether Russia is truly committed to the BRICS project, or whether it sees the alliance with the United States as a more advantageous path. The answer to this question will have profound implications for the future of global power dynamics. Section 6. Europe on edge, a continent in the crosshairs. Across the Atlantic, European leaders are watching these developments with a mixture of alarm and indignation. The exclusion of Europe from the initial US-Russia negotiations has left many feeling betrayed by their transatlantic partner. The potential for a US-Russia agreement that disregards European security concerns has sent shockwaves through the continent. NATO, the cornerstone of European security for decades, is now being openly questioned. The message from Washington seems clear: Europe is no longer the priority it once was. This shift in American foreign policy has left European leaders scrambling to redefine their role in a world where the old alliances can no longer be taken for granted. Section 7. The Dragon and the Elephant. China and India watch with caution. China and India, the two Asian giants of the BRICS alliance, are watching the evolving US-Russia relationship with a wary eye. The geopolitical landscape is shifting, and both nations are keenly aware of the potential ramifications. Both nations have much to lose if the global order shifts towards a US-Russia axis. Economic stability, regional influence, and strategic interests are all at stake. China, with its growing economic and military might, sees itself as a rising power on the world stage. Its ambitions are vast, encompassing economic dominance, technological leadership, and military prowess. A strengthened US-Russia alliance threatens to constrain China's ambitions, potentially forcing it into a more confrontational stance. This could lead to increased tensions and a more aggressive foreign policy. India, too, is navigating a complex geopolitical landscape. As a nation with its own aspirations for regional leadership and economic growth, India must tread carefully. Long a non-aligned nation, India has recently forged closer ties with the United States, particularly in the face of a rising China. This partnership is seen as a counterbalance to China's growing influence. However, India is wary of becoming overly dependent on the US, preferring to maintain its strategic autonomy. Balancing these relationships is crucial for India's future, as it seeks to navigate the turbulent waters of international politics. Section 8, A New World Order, the shifting sands of global power. The world is entering uncharted territory. The old certainties are gone. Alliances that once seemed unshakable are now in question. The Trump-Putin alliance, if it holds, has the potential to reshape the global order in profound ways. For the BRICS nations, the challenge is clear: adapt or become irrelevant. The alliance, already strained by internal divisions, must find a way to present a united front in the face of this new geopolitical reality. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear: the world is watching. The decisions made in the coming weeks and months will have far-reaching consequences, shaping the balance of power for decades to come.